My name is Yazan Zamel. I am currently a student in the Department of Civil Engineering at the Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering. I have graduated from the University of Toronto in Energy Systems Engineering with a minor in Environmental Engineering, as well as a minor in business and a certificate in leadership. So I have actually completed my minor in environmental engineering. Within that, I have taken, of course, you have to take 6 courses. So I have taken courses, of course, the basics, which are like environmental engineering itself. It was definitely a very interesting minor because you get the chance to learn more about water quality. It has a lot of biology and integration of that. But also in addition to that, I have had completed courses that relate more towards, carbon dioxide reduction. So like, for example, like GGR 347, which was a course that was heavily focused on energy efficiency and how to actually make things more efficient to reduce that carbon footprint in the environment. But then I also took some, societal courses. So like there was more like, doing some case study reviews, like the courses like the ethics in engineering course. I was also able to complete the program by another technical course, MIE 515, which was an advanced course that related to alternative energy systems. So like, for example, like, solar energy, wind energy, how these things operate and how they would substitute the current fossil fuel use. When I first enrolled in the program, my goal wasn't to enroll in the program. My goal was to explore those courses. And then the program encouraged me to continue completing the minor. Because at first it was more like an exploration where I was going around the courses, the course selections, and seeing what was appropriate, what was not, what was interesting, what was not. At the beginning, where I wanted to explore those courses, but then see the program really helped me complete the courses and allowed me to get a minor in environmental engineering, which aligns with my interests. So I actually went to the website. So there is actually for the sustainability scholar, you'll be able to have a whole website that's so much accessible. So it will show you what are the requirements for those courses. So like, because when you want to apply for the minor, you need to have a mix of the courses. They're split in different categories or clusters as they would have been defined. There were also a couple webinars, I believe they were recorded during, 2021, 2022, that also gave more exposure to the Sustainability Scholars Program. Because it's something that really interests you, it's something that you really want to learn. You don't feel it as a barrier, but rather you think of it as a learning opportunity. So you really want to convert those challenges that you're experiencing into learning opportunities. And another great thing that I have done is my capstone project. Really, capstone is a experiential learning component. And by participating in the capstone, it helped you doing something on the ground, something with an impact. You're working with a community to impact them within the field of environmental engineering. And another piece that also kept my motivation is that I took diversity in the courses. So my courses were not just fully technical, or they were not, fully literature based, or it's a mixture. It's a mixture of technical courses. It's a mixture in the topics that are chosen. There's also diversity within the kind of courses they are. So I think because of the rewards, because of the interests, because of the motivation, because of the inspiration, were key attributes that helped me continue the Sustainability Scholars Program. Up to that, I think having a schedule to help you understand how you want to organize your time is very helpful. And then also making sure you don't take all the courses at the same time. You can spread them around for the last 3 years. For my case, I spread them around. Find it more enjoyable when you spread it along, and when you take it, with different courses as well. So there's multiple factors in there to convert it, as I mentioned, from a challenge into a learning opportunity. So there are things learned that I can mention for me from a personal level. So this includes more communication skill, time management. Then there is also that component of improving your research skills, your technical knowledge. Those pieces are definitely fundamental components. But
mm,
then there's also another piece that you can look at, which is more the technical knowledge gained within those spheres. It really helps you understand the crisis, the climate crisis in general, from different dimensions. So I was able to look at it socially. You're able to look at it from an economical point of view. You're able to look at it from a scientific point of view. So you're looking at all those attributes. So if you think about it, it's like you're having a 3D spherical review of the issue. You're not looking at it, from a surface
mm,
um, level. You're rather looking in depth into the climate crisis and into how to promote sustainability. And then there's the other piece about, we understand the problem, but then you're also coming up with solutions. It's really combining all of your experiences to put it together into an experiential learning experience. So really here you can see the whole set of understanding a problem, learning about it and learning how to overcome and coming up with solutions, and then actually implementing and putting it all together. So I think that really helped for me to maintain continuity within the learning. So definitely that was another thing that was learned from the program. But also in addition to that, it really helped expose me to different learning opportunities. For example, like in the energy efficiency course with Professor Danny Harvey, he did emphasize so much what the use of Excel. You're also learning new tools, new strategies that
mm,
are very helpful for you to pursue your career. It helps you take that pathway in order to create an impactful movement, in order for you to move forward and really motivate and inspire people to take solutions within a sustainable world. There's multiple pieces. Number one, time management. I don't recommend starting taking the courses in your first year. You can start planning in first year. So what I recommend is that you look at the schedule, you look at different courses, you would access the website for sustainability scholars and see
mm,
what you want to pursue. So you want to pursue, for example, the environmental engineering minor. That's great. So maybe you can look at the different courses offered, what really sparks your interest, what sounds great. You can do some additional research about the course, look at the syllabus, ask students who took the course previously. And then what you can also do, you can do meetings with some of the course instructors. Just ask them like, hey, I'm very much interested in that course. How what your recommendations are, what's the content about. Really having that conversation will be very useful to take it forward.
mm,
And then the other piece that's very important is to also evaluate whether you want to do a minor or a certificate.
mm,
So if you don't think you have the capacity to take, a whole minor, that's okay. You can do a certificate, just 3 courses, which is much more doable than 6 courses. So there is definitely a way for you to get involved within Sustainability Scholars Program. Lastly, another thing that you can do for us, for example, we have technical electives. So you can
mm,
be smart those where your electives can be actually selected based on your interest in one of those sustainability scholars program. So for example, if you want to take some environmental engineering courses, you can try to see how they can fit into your technical electives, but also meeting your sustainability scholar program requirements. So in this way, you're sort of really meeting your program needs, but also you are meeting the sustainability scholar program requirements. I'm very happy to have actually number one participated in the program.
mm,
Uh, I think it was a wonderful program. As I mentioned to you, I really wanted to take like a second minor. My happiest, most memorable moment, I would say, is definitely concentrated around my project, the capstone project. So as I mentioned, my capstone project was to look at a problem I selected environmental engineering on my team. Of course, it was a teamwork effort. We selected high school students because we were
mm,
all high school students. Um, we realized the content of high school in Ontario is great, but maybe we need that experiential learning component for high school students. So what we thought that we're gonna do is essentially, a game, right? We're going to look at the syllabus of high school and to integrate sustainability with each of these topics. So, like, for example, like transformers, how does that relate to sustainability? Or we're looking at different electrical equipment, like an electric circuit. How does that relate to sustainability? So really integrating everything in sustainability or like energy, of course, that whole unit, integrating it into sustainability. So and then creating that game. So like as students will play a game, you will
Mhm.
get a score, and then a teacher can see the results and essentially assess the students' learning. And in that way, they can see if they met the objectives or not through a game. So really, it's
Mhm.
so much structure focused. And then I created a teacher's manual as well. So teachers can learn how to use that game. And then also for students, there's a game manual, and then there are some additional instructions that are given along the way in terms of like how the game operates, different levels for different units. It was definitely so much engaging because it's not only like, coming up with a solution to, environmental crisis or it, those are great. But here we're looking also at the learning aspects. We're looking at SDG number 4, which is education quality here.
Mhm.
That was definitely one of my memorable moments because we were able like to send this over, helps foster that learning towards sustainability. Experiential learning is critical in order for us to create an impact because by you doing some of those programs, by you doing some of those projects, you're able to connect with your community. You're able to connect with some of the issues that faces your community, sorry, and setting up solutions to overcome them. So I would say that
Mhm.
was one of my memorable moments, and it was actually my final year of undergraduate.